There are three dynamic motions of your mind according to the Sutrani Sutra Patanjali, Yoga Sutras. The three dynamic behaviors of the mind are called vritti, pratyaya and sanskar. Now vritti, again no words, because the West has never studied the self so deeply as the self itself. So it would mean a whirlpool of random thoughts. So any random thought which comes, it creates a whirlpool in your mind substance. Your mind substance is a sticky substance. It is from the substance of the mind that the thought arises. This thought or whirlpool of thought is known as vritti. Now this has to be dissolved by constantly focusing, concentrating on it. Then there is in a subtler layer, in a deeper layer of your hippocampus and of your memory bank lies another thing which is called pratyaya, which means a thought form, nam roop, that is a thought in a form. So if you say house, immediately the thought or the word and the form, you chant the word and the form will come. House will come. Lake will come. Association. So that pratyaya also has to be dissolved. Not only of this life, but of many, many past lives. One young man came and told me, vrittis I can dissolve, but pratyaya I cannot dissolve. I said, why? He said, because I had a very beautiful girlfriend a long time back and she was so beautiful that every time I try to dissolve it, she comes again and again with more power. Is she Satan? Is she the devil? I said, no. You must be the Satan for her also. You must be troubling her as much. So the man should stop blaming the woman and saying that she's the cause of his distraction and impeding his thing. This is very prevalent in India and in the Middle East, where they try to put their guilt trip on others because they themselves are not strong enough to dissolve that thought. So it's man or woman are neither man nor woman. They are sexless because in their essential nature they are a soul. So please stop putting the blame on one another and the guilt trip on one another. So when you dissolve the pratyaya, you go into deeper states of samadhi. So you've dissolved your thoughts, you've dissolved the thought forms, visual images. They are dissolved. And as you go into the deeper layers of your mind, deeper and deeper, life after life, year after year, life after life you practice, then come latent sanskars, the stored impressions of the past. They come to the fore, and from your state of nirvikalpa samadhi, they pull you down again to the mind's lake. You cannot cross the rings pass not. You come back into relativity. That is vikalpa. You see God, you see God's image. But God in his essential nature is pure spirit. To get to that pure spirit, you have to tackle these sanskars, which are remembered experiences of this and past lives. And this takes a long time. And when you temporarily go from divine mind to divine consciousness, it is called the state of nirvikalpa samadhi, which is still a state of shuttling from the savikalpa to the nirvikalpa, from sampradnyat to asampradnyat. But then when you finally cut, and then nothing can pull you back, not even the stored impressions of past lives, not even your latent sanskars, remembered experiences of past lives are all dissolved in the still mind state of the crystal, rippleless, thoughtless mind. Then you, the soul swan, can fly and dissolve from divine mind to divine consciousness. This is the state that Kriya Yoga gets you to. Then what happens in a final state of the savikalpa samadhi, which is not the highest state, you are on the far ends and the reaches of the mind and matter of the universe. The energy and the force of the universe is all yours for the taking and the making. You can produce anything you want. You can have all the siddhis you want, and that's where shamanism ends. Somebody asked me the difference between yoga and shamanism. Shamanism is a more ancient form and an endeavor for an evolving yoga. But it never reached the state of divine consciousness. It always remained in relativity, and they reached states of trance which were savikalpa samadhi. Relativity means the witch doctor comes or the shaman comes, he does some magic, he gives you a portion. So shamanism is to do with magic, weather magic, magic for curing disease, magic for curing ailments, magic for getting peace of mind, magic for having a vision of the great eagle, magic for having vision of even Christ or Krishna. Even that is not spirituality, Gurunath? No, not in the true sense. No, but I had a vision of Lord Rama and Krishna. Is that not the final goal? No, it is not. Because you're still in thought and form. God in His ultimate essence, that which cannot be divided into anything further, that which cannot be dissolved into any other finality, is beyond the naked singularity. He is the everywhere and the nowhere at the same time. You have to cross the state of name and form. And Krishna and Christ and Buddha are still name and form. But to see them in their final essence, you cannot see them, but you can only become of them. The drop cannot comprehend the ocean unless the drop merges into the ocean and becomes one. And this is the final state of Nirvikalp or Nirbij Samadhi, where Nirvikalp and Asamprajnat Samadhi, which is a co-equivalent of Nirvikalp Samadhi, when you constantly remain in Asamprajnat Samadhi after many Google lifetimes, then you get to the final state. And those who know it tell it not, and those who tell it know it not. And therefore, even if I wanted to, I couldn't tell it. Because the ultimate mysteries of this great ineffable presence has nothing to do with intellectual speculation or siddhis, or walking over water, or floating in the air. Nothing to do with siddhis. It's way beyond that. God is not a subject of intellectual speculation who can be rationalized and broken down by the mind. God is a subject to be validated by direct experience. And Kriya Yoga takes you to this path. And then when you get into the Brahmanadi, you move out of your 7 bodies and you merge into the cosmic infinite. You are one eternal wings to freedom. You are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And then you are merged with He about whom naught may be said. This is the state of Kaivalya. This is the state of Brahma Nirvana.
मैं देह नहीं नश्वर नासी, मैं अलख निरंजन अविनाशी, मैं अलख निरंजन अविनाशी।